bathroom. She liked that you were nosy because she says she likes to keep things certain ways, and at the same time she knows where you were if she kind of kept you in one little spot. Do you see what I mean? I can give you little things and keep you occupied for certain times. She says you were always close to her because sometimes you just needed her in a different way. Do you have a thing with cookies by any chance? What's with cookies? Yeah, because she says cookies. So I don't know if she used to bake you cookies or if there's like a tradition or like a recipe or something into that kind of sense, but she mentions cookies and all these cookies and baking, and you'll follow certain sequence of things or you miss certain things. You're a chocolate chip person. You like your cookies hot or warm. Maybe that's the best way to say it. It's like when as soon as it comes out of the oven, it kind of works for you, kind of a thing. She says you're a very big sweet eater, but particular on your sweets. You only like certain things, and you only like things a certain way, if that makes sense. So she says certain things come as easy for you when you pick up things, whereas others you look at you like, She says you're particular in where you eat and how you eat and what touches what at the same time on your plate. It's almost like the way you're very self-sufficient and independent, so you're able to grab whatever you need. Does that make sense to you at the same time? Because she's saying you're different with things. She comes with music and dancing and moving, so she always likes to hear noise. She always likes education. She always wanted you to learn things or keep on top of things, which made you the way you are now, maybe, if that makes sense to you. She always taught you how to do things for yourself and not wonder about anybody else, if that makes sense. She says when you lost her, you were kind of lost for a little bit of where she was. Does that make sense? Because she didn't understand the whole passing thing just exactly yet. She goes, now you kind of get it, but she says, she was sick towards the end. Is that correct? Because she shows me a hospital bed or like a hospice type of bed that she was in, and it's almost like that's where your memory lies with her as your last memory. She says try not to remember those kind of memories. Try to remember the good memories, especially when it comes down to holidays. It's very big for holidays when it comes to her, because she wants you to remember doing things with her for the holidays, not her as the sick one. She says you always were funny, and she needed that funny at certain moments. So she says you're a very big relaxer or calmer for her. You were therapy for her, I will tell you, in so many ways. Even when she was sick, it's almost like you took her mind off of things. She says because you always came in, you're a snuggler. Does that make sense? She says you snuggle, you like to snuggle. You always were like that, like with a baby. You always like to be snuggled up in something. She goes, you were so cute with every little thing. She goes, especially with your bottle. You had a thing with pacifiers or something here? Did you always have to have something in your mouth sometimes? Would that make sense?
Sometimes.
Okay, because she says you were pretty good with teething. You weren't a crybaby too much with teething. I'll be honest with you. You're a tough little thing with the teething. You were a big drooler with it, though. But so we all know you were teething, but not a big crier with it, which is good. She said because you had a lot of patience, you were also a very good sleeper. Just had to get you on schedule certain times with certain things. Sometimes you would get a little off schedule. She says, but you were really, really good baby. We didn't know what you were going to be. Sometimes the last baby, we don't know what's going to come out. Could be bad, could be good, 50-50. But you were a little cranky in the beginning, but that's all of you, like I said, and you went right past it. You were actually really good at a certain time. She says you finally stay in your own bed at times. Does that make sense? She says sometimes you come running into her before, if your stepdad isn't around all the time. Maybe it's best for to say it. Only because you just have like a girls' night, just a hangout kind of a thing. You like to watch your shows together and stuff like that and just talk. But she always says you have a lot of things of her remind me with you. So I don't know what that exactly means for you. She also says you have a piece of jewelry of hers. Does that make sense? Or one is saved for you. It's nothing fancy, though. I don't know what that means exactly. Because I don't feel like she has anything that is fancy, but there is a piece that will come to you of some kind, but probably down the road, so it won't be now, probably later on. Because she says you don't like to wear too many things. You don't like to be fancy. It's not your thing. She says, I don't want too many things. Only what you wear is everything that is sentimental for you. And that's basically the easiest part for your part. For you. She's saying with school, you'll do great in, and you're in with grade, 5th grade? You want to graduate this year. You'll do very good. So not to worry. 6th grade will even be better for you. You nervous about the change with it? Or changing schools? Is it because you split with somebody here or something? Is it one of your friends going one way and you have to go the other way just based on district or something here?
I'm going to miss my teachers.
That's where it comes, because she said you have a little bit of hurt for separation there. So, but you're going to do great. Don't worry about it. She says you'll make new teacher friends, so don't worry about it. You're blend. A little tough on the first year of adjustment on the first week, but the second week, third week, you got it. So don't worry about it. She said just adjustment of where everything is and not being on a routine. She goes, and you like routine. She goes, you don't like to just walk in and be like, let me be surprised today. You hate that. So just be prepared in that kind of angle of just to adjust to certain things, and it will work out great for you. So no worries. You will definitely, you're very good in Spanish. You speak very good in your as a second language. She says you're going to get better with that. I don't know where you're going with that. I just feel like you're not interested in Spanish. Does that make sense? So sorry. Some people just aren't into the other languages. But she says it'll work out for you, so not to worry about it. You'll do really good. You may excel in something else coming into that next year. So between 6th and 8th grade, you may really excel with something. I just don't know where to put you in that. But you do come with a lot of movement and good for all that. So I'll be very honest with you. She goes with rose bushes. So I don't know what that means exactly. But all I see is rose bushes, and rose bushes. So beautiful with rose bushes. So she loves roses. I don't know what that means for all of you. But that's where she comes out with the roses. Is there anything you're looking for particular from her?
Anything else? No.
You're simple. It's 50-50 what I get. So that's why I say you're pretty much simple. You'll be great. Not to worry about it. She's the only one I can tell you could breathe on right now. But a lot more doors opening. You guys just got to come out. March has been a crazy month for you, especially. Would that make sense? March is retrograde, so dealt with a lot of family drama and nonsense for this month. It just came out of that lovely retrograde that we just came from. So you do come a lot better coming into April, May, but I just don't know which way I would put your son. See, I can tolerate your daughter a lot easier than I can tolerate your son. So you got to put him somewhere. He needs like a clarity, white candle, or any kind of nonsense, anything white, just to tame and calm a little bit. You know what I mean? And he's got to change, because whoever that gentleman is around him is just not my cup of tea. So I don't know if it's a friend or just somebody else that just shouldn't be around him, maybe a work-related person. No, it's not the best of influences for me. So just an FYI answer that. Nope. You also need to rest a little bit, because he also says your resistance is low for a lot of things lately, which is just because you come with a lot of stress and a lot of headaches. So you need to take care of yourself when it comes to that part.
I just found out they're going to have another baby.
I was going to ask you if they were going to looking to have another one. It wasn't a smart move. Maybe that's the best way to put that.
I tried to tell him.
He said, because financially, I don't know how they're doing it. And he doesn't even work that much. Is that correct? Is it her husband or her boyfriend? Which one is it? Or her fiance?
My son and his fiance.
Okay.
They have the 5-year-old and expecting.
We hope it's a girl. I do anyway.
It's too much pressure for him. So financially, it's very tight with things. And you want to know if you're girl. You just want a girl because you just want girls. Huh? Is that my thing with you? You want to outnumber everybody? You're hysterical. He says, you're a riot. You just go for the sex of the baby. And this one goes for, oh my God, I'm having a heart attack with the baby. He says, you two are riots about it. He goes, one's like, I just want to have a girl. This one's like, oh my God, I'm not even thinking of sex right now. I'm thinking about shooting me with this damn thing right now. But I do tell you, I do feel female energy, but you can't hold it because it's too soon to actually tell. So, but I do feel female. Somebody plays soccer here or used to play soccer here.
I play soccer at school sometimes.
He mentioned soccer, or somebody may become a soccer player here or into soccer. So that's why I had to know who played soccer. So it comes as active. And this baby, let me tell you, your grandson is the 5-year-old. He's a pretty good baby, correct? He can't make him perfect. He's a boy, so he's definitely not perfect for a lot of things, because wait till he goes to school full time. Well, anyways, this one is worse, so it causes a lot of issues into the situation. So not a good sleeper, a lot of problems that will come to an attention grabber. And I will tell you, I don't know how your grandson's going to act with another baby. It might be a hard adjustment for him.
He doesn't know yet.
Yeah, but when this baby comes, if it's a girl especially and gets a lot of attention, you guys are going to have a hard time with him. So you got to be careful the way you show attention, because it will be a lot of acting out. And he will use his hands with it, meaning like I can hit you because you're saying you're being bad. Like he'll act out in a lot of different ways, but he'll be really bad with it. So you guys just got to be careful with that whole situation. So just an FYI. And this was an oops, is that correct? Because they're saying, he's saying this is definitely should have been oops. Was the first one an oops? Is that why? Because he's saying, oops, he goes, this one never listens, never gets it. I don't know how else to put that, but he needs to get his act together. I mean, he's working. He has a decent job. I mean, it could be a lot better, but it's decent. It'll pay the bills. But financially, it's too tight and too much kind of flies onto your brother into that situation. Your daughter will do a lot better though this year, so I will tell you that, for money and finances. So whatever she's going into, she'll get something that will open up, and she'll move up the ladder. It'll be a very good opening for her. So it will come down to her choice. So it actually will make her attitude breathe a little bit. Maybe that's the best way to say that. But she'll do good, not to worry about it at all. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend another baby on that note. I'm so sorry. Because he's saying that's too much pressure. I don't know what they were thinking on to that note at all. But it's almost like he's saying they're rushing, and what are they rushing for? Don't understand it. I get we want to have brothers and sisters, but it's all still about timing. This one's yours. There you go. You're welcome. Did I answer all your questions?